Oh, is it that time? I'm so sorry. I was texting a friend to tell them that they need to get on here and watch the show. If you haven't done that, you should probably do the same thing. And while I play the intro video, you should hit the like button because otherwise Alan Breedlove will hunt you down and you don't want that. Everybody, it's me, Josh Olive, your favorite owner of your favorite comic book store, so long as your favorite comic book store is Haven Comics on Slaughter Road. Just wanted to say, hey, we're here. It's Thursday night. That means it's time for nerds and nerd trivia and hard questions and deep probing philosophical questions about your inner soul. And that's because the guy who likes to ask those particular questions doesn't have a soul, from what I understand. So I'd like to bring him on now, my co-host, Jeremy Bernat, and find out if that's true. Is it true that you are soulless?
No.
You're not a redhead who has just dyed your hair all brunettish?
Nope, no sir. And I've been stealing souls my entire immortal life, so I got a lot now.
Huh. Huh.
You always make me laugh when I come on, so... Feeling good. I'm feeling stressed. I feel like everybody's been sitting in stress for a long, long time, so I'm just like mellow about it. What about you?
Yeah, I would have to say today's just been one of those days. So it's like, ugh. Things happening left and right. On hold for 2 hours with customer service to get zero answers because technology sucks.
That's your whole day.
Yeah, it could be. Could be, yeah.
2 hours is all anybody can expect out of me, work-wise, in a day. That's it. That's all I got in me.
That must be nice. Yeah. I like your shirt. That's pretty swell.
Yeah, it's my favorite comic book store.
Hey, rock on. Speaking of comic books, is anything happening next week that you know of that might be of import?
Let me check my calendar. Are you talking about Free Comic Book Day on the 14th?
Free Comic Book Day? What is that, Jeremy?
I don't know. Context Clues tells me it's a day that you give away everything in the store. So I think that's
right.
It.
Okay, that's not quite it. I see where you might have got that idea. Not quite right. We do have a variety of free comic books, which we segregate by age group. We also have some artists who are going to be there, some local artists, some guy named Jeremy Bernal, who I hear is pretty good. This fella, Tom Price, who I also hear is pretty good. We're importing some people from Biloxi, Mississippi area who are professional comic book people.
Who's
Stephen
that?
Butler and Lily Butler, his daughter. The first father and daughter comic duo, by the way.
The first one ever?
As far as anybody has been able to determine. So you and Rowan could be the second.
Oh, there got to be more than that after the Butlers. You know what I love? Have you ever seen those guys that will take their child's really just terrible drawing? And I mean, I'm sorry if your kid draws terribly, everybody, but you know they do. So they take this terrible drawing, but they're a professional artist, these people I'm talking about. So they'll take it and they'll render it in 3D like perfectly, or they'll finish it so it's like half terrible and half like beautiful. Those are my favorite.
Yep, I love those days. I love those too. Well, do you think we should see who we got over here in the chat?
I'd love to.
Let's see who else with us here tonight. The one true Zachary. Tots is here. How you doing, Tots? Hope you are doing well. Looks like we got Justin in the house, so watch out Star Wars questions. Our moderator is here telling people to get excited and to behave themselves.
You got to do it now. Get hype, but not that hype.
Better behave. Mike Weslowski in the house. How you doing, sir? Jeremy, your mom says your hair is brunettish because of genetics, not because it came out of a bottle. I don't know why, but I have the feeling I can trust your mom. I feel like she's not going to lie to me.
You know what's interesting about that? Now, I mean, like, it's not the Jeremy show, so we don't need to bring every time my mom talks about me as a baby or whatever up. But
I don't know. I totally dig that.
I've got a pretty red beard. Like, if you catch it the right way, my brother's beards, two of them, are like red. And then my dad's
your brother
hair,
has 2 beards? How does your brother have 2 beards?
I got 2 brothers, and each of them have 2 beards.
Okay.
So of my 3 brothers, 2 of them have red beards.
Wait, you have 2 brothers or 3 brothers? You just said you have 2.
3 brothers, 2 red bearded ones, 2 pirates. And then my dad's hair is like strawberry blonde, like a red. So I don't know what she's talking about. It could have gone either way. Let's move on.
Either way. That's Travis. Travis is here with us. How you doing, Travis? Mike, he's excited for free comics, so we're all excited for that. Alan Breedlove is in the house. Team YouTube, ready to kick Team Facebook's rear end. And also, Alan will hunt you down if you don't hit that like button. He'll just
at this point, I think I'm going to stop hitting it just to see. I got that.
You don't want Alan hunting you down.
Yeah, I got that defiant disorder.
Oh, you do have that. That's true. We got Kim here. She already says Rowan makes beautiful art already. Is that true?
Oh, yeah.
Your kid is the exception to the kid's ugly art rule?
It's the best ugly, terrible 2-year-old art.
I have no idea what this is all about, and I'm kind of afraid to ask, but okay. All right, I'll go with that.
What? Which one?
What?
Why'd you say it was terrible?
What's terrible?
You said you pulled up a question and said, "I have no idea what this is about." Was it this one? This one? Saskatchewan's just a province.
No, I know what it is. I'm familiar with that. It's just Tots is bringing this up as some obscure reference that makes me wonder if he's trying to send us off to some website where things are going to go the wrong direction.
Let's see. I'm going to be a guinea pig. You move on. I'll get some cool art.
Sounds good. Let's see. We've got Stan Sakai draws Usagi Jimbo and his daughter draws the more kid-focused chibi. Okay, that's cool. There's another. So there's duos all over the place. That's what we're trying to say. Mm-hmm. The one true Zachary is laughing because the thought of Team Facebook winning is just absurd to him. We got Jeffrey in the house. We have our legal representation. How are you, sir? We might have need of your services before too long. Always good to see you. Alan's still saying, hey, Comics and Death Metal. We got Ryan here with us. Rock on. How you doing, Ryan? Hope you are doing well. And for all you lurkers out there who are not popping in and saying hello, we're glad you're here too. And if you're not watching it live and you're watching us later, we hope you're having fun with that. And we hope that it helps make your Friday a little bit better. And if you're not watching on Friday, then whatever day you're watching, I hope you make that better.
And if you're at work getting paid for it, congratulations.
Yeah, well done. Way to stick it to the man. We appreciate that. So I feel like we should talk a little bit about our guest tonight. Jacqueline Cook is in the house. Hello.
Jackie. She let me know. That's how you say it, right?
You pronounce Jacqueline Jackie? Okay, I can dig it.
I've never known. Is it Jacqueline? Is it Jacqueline, like you said? She's Jackie. So I know.
We'll call her whatever she wants. She just has to tell us.
Happy birthday, Travis.
Yep, indeed. So we were supposed to have a guest on tonight, the owner of a comic book store down in Montgomery. And she had a surprise family visit from people from North Carolina just showed up at her door. Like I said, I would have called first if I was coming all the way from North Carolina. But, okay. I'm not listening to all these other people are trying to pronounce her name for her. Jackie, you tell us how you want to pronounce it. We'll do that. We're not going to follow you and Justin's pronunciation. Jaquail in. See, now you're a Star Wars character.
Yeah.
Welcome, Jaquail. That's how that goes. But anyway, so she couldn't make it tonight, and we had to reach deep and call on reserves and pluck friends out of the ether to be our guest tonight. So I think we need to give a special shout out to tonight's guest for being a last minute hey, yeah, I'm willing to come on your show and with no prep whatsoever and see what the heck, how this turns out.
Yeah, I think I asked him half an hour before.
Yeah.
No, it was an hour. It was an hour. I'm being dramatic.
Oh, a whole hour. Well, that's plenty of time. I don't know why he didn't read up.
He had time.
So what do you think? We should introduce this guy?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm anxious to do that because everybody's going to love this. We've got not one, not two, but three white-bearded guys whose name starts with a J.
Oh, man.
It's the trifecta. Oh, and somebody is already super excited about it. Check that out.
Woo!
Who could that be?
I mean, it's definitely not my wife and her bias.
That's awesome. Now, I have a question. Do you go by Josh Pants on the regular, or
You know, I've never
did
had
your
a
parents
nickname
name you that?
stuck in my life, and then all of a sudden, my wife just said Josh Pants one day, and it set like a fire. Now everyone just calls me Josh Pants.
Huh?
Yeah.
I'm glad none of the things my wife calls me have stuck like that.
I'm glad that's the one that stuck.
Yeah.
I bet. Now you're wearing a rocking shirt, man.
No, thank you. Yeah, I fell really hard into the Valiant relaunch when that happened a couple years back.
What's that?
I'm so disappointed because so many of those books were so good and they just never caught traction at all.
Mm-hmm.
And the same thing's happening right now. The new release of Ninjak, really good, but nobody's reading it.
I'm reading it. I actually picked it up.
You're the one, huh?
I am the one. I was a little turned off by the idea of the artist at first, Javier Puedo.
Yep.
But it actually works really well in the book. I'm a big fan.
You'd be surprised how many people actually call me that, though, Todd. Or some variation of that. It does happen.
So, Josh Pants, can I call you Josh?
Yeah, that's fine.
No, because then I'm going to think you're talking to me.
Oh, you're right. Oh, I gotta do it. I gotta say your wife's pet name for you.
You said it the other day when I tuned into the drawing stream.
That's true. So I met Josh Pants on social media. He's a friend of Tom's. That's how I met him. So that was where the connection happened. And so that's his handle. So that's how I learned to associate his name. So I guess you're just Josh Pants in my heart now.
Yep.
Hey, Jay Thornton, how are you, man? Glad to have you with us tonight.
Josh Pants, tell us about yourself. Tell us who you are existentially in your soul, which finger you would cut off, etc.
Okay, I don't think you guys really want to get into the bleak darkness that is my soul.
Oh, Jeremy does.
I do.
Jeremy would like to see how bleak yours is and one up you on bleakness.
Yeah, is it one I want to collect or not? So
I mean, maybe. We'll see. I'm trying to figure out which finger. I really want to go with
don't overthink it.
Like left ring finger. Just let that one be gone.
How would your wife feel about that?
I don't wear a ring anyway.
I mean, that's where your wedding ring's supposed to go, right?
I don't wear it anyway, and people know because I just talk about her anyway. So I'll just get like a tattoo across my forehead that just says married. That'll be fine, right?
I'm sure she's gonna love that. Oh man. So, okay, you don't have to dive super deep, but dive a little deep. Get in there.
Let's see. I'm in my early 30s now. I used to live in Tennessee. Moved to Huntsville about 7 years ago. I used to work with Nathan and Kevin over at Low Mill. Nathan Massingale, Kevin Stokes, when they had their art shop. Helped teach some of the classes.
Well, hold on. You just said the coolest thing in the world. So you had an art shop with those two dudes?
Well, I worked it for them. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like if you came in on Thursdays, I'd be there to help sell prints, or when they did their art classes on Wednesday nights, I'd help teach some of the classes.
Very cool. Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I just want to make sure
I just want to bring this to your attention there, Josh Pants. I don't know. You might wake up and find a finger missing now.
Yeah, that's fine.
He hasn't made it.
I hope she put that in the freezer.
I mean,
that's a good one to cut off. I mean, do you really need that? What do you do with that? You're not. I mean, I guess you could. You're not. Gonna
if you're Spider-Man, that's one of your two double tappers for flip.
Mm-hmm. Are you Spider-Man?
That would be important.
No.
Now we get into the real stuff.
Aha! I heard a question mark there.
Okay. I made a game a long time ago called Truth or Truth. It's a bunch of invasive questions to ask your friends, right? The free app is out on Google, so anybody that wants to find it, or I can link it eventually. So I love asking people really weird, invasive questions to see who they are, but also I've been checked on it a couple times. It can't be too weird on this show. I can't ask you which half of the dolphin would you eat, but it also can't be
top half, like from the waist up, or like cut lengthwise.
You cut it lengthwise in the top part with the blowhole. That would
the dorsal part. Okay, I got it.
Complete with eyes.
And so that question actually says a lot about you, because do you cut it in half like a hot dog, or do you slice it down the middle? Or I mean, there's a lot there. A lot there you just revealed.
I mean, that could influence your decision.
Yeah. Okay. I've been thinking about it. I've been writing new ones down. Would you choose to never complain again, or never appreciate something again? You have to
never
choose.
Appreciate something again. It's
you would
so
just
much
complain for the rest of your life?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
just
man.
that one. I love appreciating things. Don't get me wrong, but like a good complaint. Oh, those are beautiful.
He's a comic book fan. He's got complaining built into his DNA. Like,
apparently,
when did they decide to switch from Big John Buscema on art for Spider-Man? Everything since has been garbage. I mean, you can say that.
Since it went to... Wait. You said Buscema.
Yeah, way back in the day.
Okay. I thought you said
Buscema
Romita.
took place after Romita Sr.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. When I grew up, I was a big fan, and this is going to be one of the most controversial things stated on here. I love the John Romita Jr. art from the Straczynski run.
God. No.
From what run?
No.
Yeah.
Hang on. From what run?
The J. Michael Straczynski run.
On Spider-Man.
Yes. That's when I started reading Spider-Man.
So,
no guest tonight. Oh man, we can all agree to disagree.
You started reading Spider-Man with the J. Michael Straczynski run?
Mm-hmm. That's when I first started like seriously following Spider-Man.
Oh,
because that was right around the time of the first movie, which was what, junior high for me.
Wow.
Yep.
You're
right.
Oh.
It's divisive.
Right up controversy, because I actually do. Now, not all of the time do I like John Romita Jr. I think it really depends on who's inking him.
You know, I can give that some cred, what you just said there. I really liked John Romita Jr. in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, back when he was still drawing and not just like making these flat two-dimensional people with broken noses. All of his dudes have broken noses. All of his women have pug noses. And every last person he draws looks like the wind is blowing, like they're a sticker on a page and the wind is blowing and they're just about to peel up and off the page. There's this weird two-dimensional quality that he has where everybody looks flat, and it drives me insane.
It's weird, but I like it. I don't know what it is about it. I like it.
You're an art appreciator. So if you are not pissed off by what I say next, I'm going to be very surprised. He is quoted as saying that art is a money game. I'm paraphrasing. And so he just does whatever they give him as fast as he can.
That does not surprise me in the least. Honestly, there are a lot of his books where I'm like, yeah, that 100% checks out. But I don't know. I like it.
Okay.
See, I loved his stuff back in the day, like on Punisher Warzone.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
When he started X-Men back then, that's where it was Punisher Warzone. It's a little bit in the X-Men, but in Punisher Warzone where he really started with that particular look of his, that particular style. And it worked for the Punisher. But since then, it's like he found out that was quick and easy and people liked it, so he just draws the same style all the time. And it's not the style that was a really great one that was flexible for other characters, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's a shame. That is a shame. That's a shame. Yeah, he was known for his speed. At one point, he set up a desk out in Times Square, and he was drawing comic pages and just showing the public how quickly he could do it. But it was like, yeah, quick doesn't mean good. I could draw some pages really fast, and they would be terrible.
This is John Romita versus or senior versus junior, right?
Yeah.
Comparison.
Yes.
I mean, man, senior. Oh, so much there, and it's like what's happening, in my opinion, with this Spider-Man, which actually looks pretty cool, is the color artist did the work and carried it for him. But like, I'm not gonna beat you up because you have bad taste. I'm not going to.
You do it to me all the time.
Hey, Josh Pants has still got some. He's got room to go.
Hey, look at that. We've got a lot of people checking in who haven't been on for a while. Well, that's not the one. Steve Hinton. There he goes. Steve Hinton hasn't been in here in a bit. Good to see you, Steve. Oh, my God. Oh, my. Come on, man.
Speaking of anime, I think we should cut to the prize cam. We've got a cool anime prize this week. How do you feel about that?
I like anime.
That's the greatest answer ever. How do you feel about cutting to the prize cam? I like anime.
Well, I mean, we just talked about an anime prize.
We did. So,
yeah. All right, so this is the prize cam. If you have not seen the show before, the prize cam is the best part of the show. So it's
by
showcasing all the stuff you can win. Audience, Josh Pants is either going to win these or lose them. If Josh Pants doesn't get them, they're up for grabs for you. So we're going to zoom in. We've got some Haven Comics stickers. We've got a sticker from me. We've got one of my stickers. Then we also have some of our gelatinous feely things and those little balls.
Is that a little Ben Grimm there?
Yes,
that
sir.
Little thing? That's awesome. Look at that.
That is really cool.
And we've got a bunch of variant comics. Those are actually comic packs, so you're going to see that there are 5 there. If you go up, you're going to have a starter pack from Oni Comics 2016. So I love that because it's just a bunch of different, really cool stuff that you might not have seen. To the left, we have Tom Price's sketch cover. This is Bane. I think he drew this when he and I did that challenge a year or two ago. Tom is super good, so I'm sure you'll appreciate that. And then here we have Josh. Who signed this?
I gave you that weeks ago, and I don't remember off the top of my head. I would guess it's one of the 3 names there at the top of the top right.
Arthur.
That's Arthur Soydam.
Soydam. Yeah, I never say it right.
Yeah, he's the Marvel Zombies guy. That's what he's primarily known for.
And then if you go over to the left, Tom and I just did a drink and draw where neither of us drank. And I drew Scott Pilgrim. That Scott Pilgrim is right here. It is finished, and that is a prize tonight. So join us for those drink and draws, and direct the prizes that we make in the show.
Are those going to become a regular thing?
Oh, I don't know. I want Josh Pants to do it with me. So
I'm game for it.
Rock on.
A phenomenal artist. He did not mention that when he talked about himself.
He did not mention that at all.
No, super good artist.
Way to hide your light under a bushel there, Josh Pants.
Yep. You should be sorry. And then we do have a special prize donated by the Blurred Syndicate. You'll see here I'm with the BS. The Blurred Syndicate is a it feels like a podcast. It is a talk show talking about all things nerd. If we look over to the right, we're going to have a massive poster that Wyatt Stokes of the Blurred Syndicate gave to the show. So I am not not well stoked. I don't know who those people are. Josh Pants, to you. One Piece. What is that?
Well, Norris, just so you know, Norris, the Scott Pilgrim movie is awesome. You definitely need to check that out.
It's one of the highest selling animes and mangas of all time in Japan. It's also one of the longest running. I think it's been going continuously by the same writer-artist for the past, it's 20 plus years now.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I think, is that character Luffy?
Yeah, Floofy D Monkey. I've tried watching it once with my son because he likes pirates. So
Luffy the Monkey. I'm into it.
And Jeremy, since you brought it up,
yes, sir.
When you guys did the drink and draw, it actually inspired me. So this is the piece that I did while you guys were working on yours. So
very cool.
Holy smackerels.
Yeah, it's a nice little Deadpool channeling his inner Gene Kelly from Singing in the Rain.
Like I said, this man is a phenom, and he doesn't share enough art with the world.
I really should do more.
I was just trying to figure out your Deadpool had a style that reminded me of something, and I couldn't place it. That's going to drive me nuts because I know exactly who I'm thinking of, and I can't. Their name is just not coming to the top of my mind. Huh.
It's in the style of really freaking good. So.
Well, yeah.
I love it. All right, guys. How do you feel about jumping into the questions, getting our game on?
Let's do it.
Yeah, you ready for it? All right, you've seen the show. Here's how it goes. We're going to hit you with some questions. If you get the questions right, you win those prizes. If you get the questions wrong, audience, it will be your... What is happening? What is it? Peanut butter? Audience, if Josh Pants gets the questions wrong, then you have the opportunity to swoop in. I don't even know what I'm saying today. You can come in, get some Jif peanut butter, and walk away with those prizes. Josh is giving away Jif peanut butter with every question. One scoop to each winner. Josh Pants, I have full faith in you. I know that you're going to win every single prize we've got on that table. But, audience, we know that is full of crap. Don't tell him I said that. But he's not going to get any of them right. So you got to stay on your toes because the first person in the audience to get it right is going to win those prizes. And, as we all know, you have a chance that Josh doesn't have to win $25 to Haven Comics. So, with that being said... Question 1. We're playing for these boss stickers.
Woo.
So we've got my little demon guy, and we've got some Haven Comics stickers. Haven Comics, of course, being... I'm done. I don't even know. I can't keep up with the peanut butter jokes. Okay. For those stickers, in the pilot of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, why was Buffy Summers kicked out of her old school?
She burnt down the gymnasium of the old school? Was that it?
Yes, sir. That's it.
That's very much it. Yes.
Yep.
Because that's what happened in the movie.
Yep.
That's get you right kicked out of school, burning down your gym. So the show, does it take... I've never seen it. I've never seen the movie either. Does the show treat the movie like its first episode or its pilot?
I've never actually seen the movie. I've just seen the show.
I'm the exact opposite. I saw the movie, but I have not seen the show.
I'm assuming they do, since they do reference it burning down and her moving to Sunnydale as a new town.
Audience, let us know. Okay.
She set the gym on fire.
All right. That was question... Which means we're playing now for question 2.
Hey, Ghost Rider's back!
We're going to get some gelatinous feeling.
Whoa, it's a mirror Ghost Rider. There's 2 of him.
Multiverse.
It's truly spirits of vengeance, plural.
Are they staring each other down, or are they going to kiss? Winners, you tell us. Oh, it's a sweet little moment captured by the prize cam. So you get some gelatinous feely things. And have you ever played Munchkin?
I have played Munchkin. I have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle edition of Munchkin.
That's a good one.
Upstairs.
Right on.
And my wife has the Alice in Wonderland version too.
You can throw in this this booster pack. Just make your game weirder.
Yeah, let's do
Throw
it.
it right in there.
So speaking of Ghost Rider, you a Johnny Blaze or a Danny Ketch guy?
Most of what I've read has been Johnny Blaze. I haven't read a lot of Daniel Ketch.
What about Robbie Reyes?
I've read a little bit of Robbie Reyes, mostly that first run with the Trad Moore art, because that art's beautiful.
You like Trad Moore?
I do like Trad Moore.
So you like Silver Surfer Black?
I love the art in Silver Surfer Black.
Oh.
Josh,
Those
you
weird
met.
trippy pages. Oh, that's beautiful.
It was trippy. It was like the whole thing was drawn on LSD. Yeah.
Kind of like some of those fever dreams that what was that Spider-Man fever dream? That was it Brendan McCarthy who did the art on that one? With Peter Milligan writing it?
That
had
sounds
some
right.
really trippy art.
That sounds right. Yep. All I had in my head though was the Hooky, Spider-Man Hooky, which was the Charles Vest book.
Oh yeah.
That's you said the minute you said fever dreams, for whatever reason, my brain jumped to Hooky, and I was like, oh yeah, okay, I get it. All right, so for the gelatinous feely things and the Munchkin cards, which Eternal and one-time Avenger is the brother of Thanos?
Oh, Star Fox.
See, there you go. Boom.
Or Eros.
Yep.
Avengers is the book that I cut my teeth on. Like, the first book I fell in love with was the Kurt Busiek, George Perez run on Avengers.
I feel
That
like
was
I'm
good
watching.
stuff.
I feel like I'm watching Slumdog Millionaire. He's going to clean us out, and on each question, he's going to explain to us why. So
I would be totally on board with that.
yeah, I'm excited. You've got a meteoric rise going on.
It's going to fall immediately. We've set up too much pressure now with praise.
No.
I agree, Ryan, 100%.
I think for the next question, we are going to bring my friend Wyatt of the Blurred Syndicate on.
It's Wyatt! We can't hear you, Wyatt. You're on mute.
Yeah, you got to unmute yourself.
Hey, can you hear me now?
How are you?
We
Yes,
hear
sir.
you now.
Yes.
I love all the art in the background there.
It's only grown. It's all over the walls now, and it's leaving my room and my son's room and hitting the hallways. So
Oh, I completely understand. My wife gave me this space, and it is slowly just crept all throughout the house.
yep.
Is that a Black Panther I'm seeing up there?
Yes. And then
Nice.
you guys gave me this one. Where is
Yep,
it?
yep.
Yeah, over here. Yeah.
Yep.
So I've got a lot of them thanks to you guys. And so yeah.
I see some turtles up there.
Mhm.
Yeah, man, that's some good stuff.
Well, Wyatt's returning the favor. He is got a lot going on the show all of a sudden. 5 cams. He is donating for question 3. That's I am with the BS bracelet. And then this One Piece scroll. This thing is not cheap. This is not a poster. This is an actual it's cotton.
That's a wall scroll. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like a blend. So it's not like just your regular paper. Because me personally, I like them where they have a little bit more gravitas to them. You know what I mean? Something that can go ahead and do that. So I wanted to make sure that especially since Josh loves anime so much, that we should go ahead. Yeah, so we should go ahead and throw a little anime splash in there.
Okay.
Hey man, I'm all for it. Bring it. See, Norris doesn't want you to win this, Josh Pants, because Norris wants this. He wants to steal this out from under you.
All right. Well, we really appreciate the Blurred Syndicate, and we want to say thank you for donating this prize.
That's the coolest intro video. I love it.
Isn't it?
Awesome.
Thank you. Tried to work on it,
All
try
right.
to dabble in some
It's so
breakers.
cool. I dig it.
Wyatt, whenever you're ready, hit us with question 3 for that wall scroll and bracelet.
Right. Yeah, so the question is, what was Racer X's real name in Speed Racer?
I do not know this one. I didn't actually do a lot of Speed Racer. See, I told you.
You called it.
Take a guess.
Yep.
The worst you can do is be wrong, and if you don't guess, you're going to be wrong, so you might as well guess.
I have no idea. I just remember that he has a monkey in the trunk of his car.
That sounds
It's not Luffy the monkey, is it?
No.
It's Jimmy. Jimmy the monkey.
Jimmy
You
the
gotta
monkey.
pick.
That'll be my
name.
answer. It's as good as any answer.
Jimmy the monkey. So the monkey was his actual brother, is what you're saying. Audience, what do you think? It's not Goku. I don't think it's Goku.
The first correct answer I see is from Tots. You saying the same thing?
Yes, sir. Unless you want to count Alan.
Well, accurate.
Which I don't.
Cheating.
Yeah. All right, it's Rex. It's Rex Racer. So,
Rex Racer. I mean, come on, that's just hideous. Who? Somebody was lazy in the writing room that day.
I mean, it was like
So-
I remember my dad watched it when he was younger, so like it was like the '60s. So they weren't really creative back in the day. They were just like, okay, these kids don't really care.
oh,
True.
man. Was Speed Racer's actual name?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
No,
Yeah, they named
that's
all their kids
terrible.
after whatever drugs they were taking at the time.
Oh,
Come here,
man.
Speed. Come here, LSD.
So the one true Zachary.
Mary Jane,
walked away
get over
with
here.
that. Oh man. Walked away with that wall scroll. Wyatt, thank you again. Hey, how do we watch or join the Blurred Syndicate?
Yeah, so doing that, so Blurred Syndicate is for everybody, first of all. So don't want you to think that, it's black nerds, but then I always say blurreds, nerds, and everybody in between. So you can actually go to facebook.com/jointhebs. And we come out with different episodes this week because I think on Sunday it was Spider-Man Day. So we talk about our favorite Spider-Man movies and who our favorite Spider-Man was and just different things like that. So it's always a good conversation. Everybody's welcome to join. And just join the BS.
So who your live action person who it was in the Spider-Man costume, who is your favorite one besides Morgan Freeman?
Yeah. So Andrew Garfield, although he looked like a 30-year-old man in high school, I liked his kind of quips and things like that a little bit more. And then I liked how they kind of took some, risk with his first costume. So, I thought that was my favorite from there.
I thought Andrew Garfield made a really good Spider-Man. He was a terrible Peter Parker, but he was a good Spider-Man.
Absolutely.
I think Tom Holland is good at both. I really like Tom Holland. But Jeremy, you laughed because I think you don't know that Morgan Freeman was actually in the Spider-Man costume.
What are you talking about?
Oh, you are too young, Padawan, so just sit and listen. Back in the day, they had things on television called shows. On those shows, sometimes they used them as educational opportunities for kids. There was one such show called The Electric Company, and they did a Spider-Man live-action little segment in most every episode, and the person in the Spider-Man costume was a young Morgan Freeman.
Man, I can't take any more of this.
The voice of God was Spider-Man.
Man.
And I believe he was the first in-costume Spider-Man on TV or in a movie. I think that's correct.
Morgan Freeman, Spider-Man. I'm looking
See,
this
he doesn't
up.
trust me. He's got to
I'm
look it up.
fact checking this. You just told me the weirdest thing that I've heard in a long time. I got to see it for myself.
Oh, and your mom is totally outing you. Boom.
Did I? I mean, does it count if I don't know what it is?
Check that. Steve is like,
man.
see, Steve's backing me up.
Yeah, Tobey Maguire got out of my running for best Spider-Man when he did Spider-Man 3 and he did the
Oh,
yeah.
but the internet
I
loves
can't
to make
blame
fun
him
of
for
that
that.
dance.
Oh, I'm going to. He still has to take the L for it. So
I'm trying to download one of these so I can share with everybody. This is the jankiest looking Spider-Man I've ever seen in my life.
You should have seen the webbing. It was always these giant freaking ropes. So he would do like, whoo, and then these big giant ropes would show up.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man. Well, Wyatt, thank you so much for...
Oh, wait. Where'd it go? That's
agreed. Morgan Freeman,
awesome.
best Spider-Man ever. Oh no. All right, I take that back.
Well, he's clearly not in the costume there.
No, that's
Somebody else
him.
is in there.
I take that back.
Oh, man. Well, you guys have made my life a little bit better and a little bit worse at the same time with that info. So thank you. I'll process it.
Right. There you go. Spider-Man.
Wow. Wyatt, thank you again for donating that prize and sponsoring question 3. We really appreciate it. And everybody else, join the BS.
Get
All right,
down with
guys.
the BS.
We'll talk to you soon.
All right, man.
Have a good one, Wyatt.
You too.
All right. Morgan Freeman. Wow.
Just blew Jeremy's mind.
Yeah, you did. I don't know how to deal with it. Let's cut to the prize cam for the prize for question 4. I am in love with this Peter Porker cover. How cool is that?
That is amazing. I'm also a big fan of that Fantastic Four Scotty Young cover.
You're Scotty Young guy?
Every so often, it depends on the piece.
I like this one. One thing about him, he's fun.
He is. Oh, and some of his sketches on Instagram or whichever social media, just the Looney Tunes that he's been doing here lately, those have been great.
Oh, yeah.
I really didn't like him when he first came out because I didn't quite get it. But after he was around forever, and he kind of is just a thing now. It's just you accept Scotty Young does these covers and everybody looks like kids, and he leans into it, and it makes total sense. When they first showed up, I was like, what is going on with these weird round-faced, childy interpretations of these characters? That doesn't belong on the front of X-Men. And I would still argue if that was the only cover that it would be a weird choice for the X-Men. But when he does it, he cracks me up. I do dig it.
I actually have the novelization for, and it's my favorite book to read to Yorick right now. It's And Then the Milk by Neil Gaiman, where Scotty Young does the art in between. Such a great read.
Speaking of Neil Gaiman, did you read Snow Glass Apples? And if so, what did you think of the story and Colleen Duran's art?
I haven't read Snow Glass Apples. I need to look into it, though.
Totally whacked up take on the Snow White legend.
I mean, if it's Neil Gaiman, there's a solid chance I'm going to enjoy it.
Just for adults. Do not let the kids anywhere near it.
All right.
Oh, no pressure here now. That no pressure here. That's how you lose a finger, right there.
This is how I'm going to lose this question. Evie's putting all the pressure on me.
All right. So, question number 4. What current Hollywood action and adventure star got his big break by playing Julius Caesar on Xena, Warrior Princess in the mid-90s?
Oh. And I watched a lot of Xena too, so I should remember this. But I really do not. All I can remember now is both Ted Raimi and Bruce Campbell, because that's all I remember from that show.
Well, think of more modern, current Hollywood action and adventure stars.
It's Julius Caesar, so they would had to have been around their late teens, early 20s, if they're current action stars and adventure stars, when that took place. And that was roughly 20 years. They'd be in their mid-30s to late 40s.
You're really working it out. I'm excited.
And I like movies, so now I've got to try to figure out who falls into that age range. Because my gut instinct was something like Joaquin Phoenix, but I know he started before that.
Also, would you consider Joaquin Phoenix an action star?
Well, I mean, Gladiator, Joker, he's done some action roles.
Yeah, he wasn't the action guy in either of those, though.
That is true.
I mean, the most actiony thing he did was dance down some steps.
That is very true.
Yeah, that wasn't exactly something you call a stunt double for.
Exactly. Though that body stuff that he does, where he got super skinny and then he added all the weight back on for the new film with Ari Aster, that's amazing. I don't know.
It was like Christian Bale mechanic level stuff. It was hideous.
I don't know for sure, but I'm gonna go with something like Ryan Gosling. That feels like a smart, safe bet.
That's a legit bet. That's worth thinking.
Wrong, because I think he got his start on Young Indiana Jones, but
it is wrong, and we do have a correct answer in the chat. We have a few people picked it up, but it's way up here. Was the first one I saw. Let me get back up to it. Who had the first one you saw, Jeremy?
I was not looking at the chat because I was loading this.
Oh, and it was Carl Urban.
It was Carl Urban.
Oh.
And the first one who got it right was, in fact, the one true Zachary. So whatever you're not getting, Tots is picking up.
Exactly. Carl Urban's in everything, and I love him for it.
Who is desperate to see a sequel to Dread?
Right here.
Me.
Oh my God, that was so good.
It was so good.
And how cool is it that he didn't pull any kind of ego there? He just wore the mask the entire time. You never saw his face. How cool
He had the helmet on. He hardly said a word. All of his acting had to be with his mouth. But he was perfect as Dread.
Oh, so good.
Okay, so the prize cam just yelled at the top of her lungs about where Ryan Gosling actually got his start. We've talked about it on the show a couple of times. Josh Pants, the prize cam is mad that you didn't get that right there. So, audience, if you know where Ryan Gosling got his start, I've got King in Black variant edition, super sick Venom. Waiting on you. Where did Ryan Gosling get his start as an actor?
Pathfinder was awesome.
Jeffrey says Mickey Mouse Club. That better not be right because I'm getting a lot of those. A lot. I got to IMDb that because that's not the answer I was looking for.
This is not the answer you were looking for.
No, it is
so
not.
While he's looking up that answer, Josh Pants, what's one of your favorite comic book movies that maybe somebody might not think about?
That's
even being a comic book movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's see.
But really, what child gets their start?
I mean, one of my go-to answers, because I'm a huge fan of David Cronenberg, A History of Violence is an amazing movie.
Yep.
I
kind of feel similarly about Road to Perdition.
Yeah, Road to Perdition is really solid too.
That's a good movie.
Heck, Men in Black.
Oh,
Nobody knows that was a comic book first.
Really? That one just straight up feels like a comic book. Road to Perdition, I wouldn't have guessed was a comic book, but all right, guys. So the prize cam screamed Breaker High, but it actually was the Mickey Mouse Club. Jeffrey, you just won this super slick Venom.
Is that the same Mickey Mouse Club that had like Justin Timberlake and all of them at the same time?
Man, how many Mickey Mouse clubs are there?
Well, I mean, several throughout the
1955.
years.
Yep. Canadian Mickey Mouse Club.
Mike Weslowski pandering will get you everywhere.
Is it one Mickey Mouse Club that's just lasted a long time, or are they actually different shows?
They have it goes away and comes back as a different show. It's like a Mike Mignola comic.
Nah.
It's like a limited series, and then it goes away, and then it comes back with another one.
I would agree with that if it was like the same continuity, but based on how it is, I think it's more like the Muppet Show, because there was the Muppets, and then there was the Muppet Show, and I'm trying to remember the one, but it's that different continuity, so I would assume.
Man, the whole world is opening up to me. So Justin Timberlake's mom took care of Ryan Gosling during Mickey Mouse Club. What a world. Speaking of, question 5, it's the Canadian question, our favorite question.
Oh, Canada.
For the Canadian question, Josh Pants, you cannot answer. Are you the kind of person who will blurt it out if you know it? Because you're going to know this one because you can't get it right.
Well, I mean, that is a given, but I will be good. I will not say what it is until I have been given the clear to say what it is.
Right on.
Because after somebody else says it.
Audience, are you ready to win $25 to Haven Comics? Haven Comics, the best comic book store in the United States. Of course, the best comic book store in Canada is the Beguiling, which is now closed. All you got to do is answer this next question. And because I am the best host that's ever played any game ever, I closed that tab so I could go look at the Mickey Mouse Club. So give me just a second, guys.
That's hilarious.
Okay.
Do we have time for me to indulge in some peanut butter?
You can eat all the peanut butter you want. I'm about to read the question, though. If you just
I'm trying to talk to
butter,
Jeff about sponsoring the show. I'm like, I'll eat your peanut butter on the air.
next episode, everybody's eating peanut butter. What is Michael J. Fox's real middle name? It does not start with a J.
Josh Pants cannot answer, people. You guys have to answer this.
And honestly, I don't know what it is, so I'm very excited to find this out.
Did you know it wasn't Michael J. Fox? That wasn't his real name?
I want to say I did, but I don't know for sure if I did or not.
Well, we've got the right answer. It came in real quick. It is not Alan. It is not Dirty Wings. I don't even know. Owen needs a shout out. Owen writes our questions, so he knew it wasn't Dirty Wings. I don't even know what this is in relation to. Oh, hold on. Dirty Wings is the store. That's the best comic book store in Canada? Hit me up with the answer to that, because the Beguiling was a store in Toronto that is now closed. It is actually Andrew. So Jackie Cook picked that up. Jackie, you just got $25 to Haven Comics. Michael Andrew Fox had to change his name because two people can't be registered under the same name in the Screen Actors Guild. So that's rough. You got to change your identity. Also, they thought Michael A. Fox wouldn't be any good because it sounds like Michael, a fox. And that would be confusing. I kind of agree with that.
Michael Keaton's actual name is Michael Douglas, but he had to change his name because Michael Douglas already had Michael Douglas.
It's like a trademark, like a brand. That's terrible. You got to change your own name.
Dude, you should look up John Wayne's real name and also look up Michael Douglas's dad, Kirk Douglas's real name.
Just tell me. I'm running out of Google searches for that.
I can't remember Michael Douglas or Kirk Douglas's real name, but it's a weird one, like Izzard or something is his first name. John Wayne's actual name his first name is Marion.
What?
I've heard that.
Yeah.
Christine, nice to see you. Christine is a big supporter of the show. We're always happy to have you here. Hold on. I've got to
John Wayne's
something.
real name is Marion Robert Morrison.
Wow.
Oh, hang on. I'm going to tell you Kirk Douglas's real name? Because that's a wackadoo one.
While you figure that out, I just want to address the one true Zachary said, how did she beat me? I'm going to go back up and double check. Let's see.
She typed it in faster than you.
Mm-hmm. Yep, looks like that's what it was. One
Okay.
true Zachary, we love you, but this time wasn't in the cards.
So Kirk Douglas's real name is Isser Danielovich Dembski.
Oh, man.
That's a name.
That is a mouthful. But also, like, people can't process names like that. And you hear that, and then immediately they'd be like, well, that's a communist. And that's not how it works. Foreign people are awesome. So you change his name to Michael, and all of a sudden he's a great actor.
I don't think that's how the order went. I think he became he was able to register that name with the guild.
Michael?
Well, not just the first name, but the combination of the first name with the last name.
Oh, One True Zachary's been beating me for 3 weeks. One True Zachary says the end of an era.
Todd says, what he meant is, how did Facebook beat us? Oh, that's awesome.
Jeremy Bernosky. Hey, my name is already confusing. There's nothing American about my name. So, little known fact too, for when you're trying to break into my email password, I was actually born in Germany. So, fun fact. My dad was a soldier. It's not like I'm German or anything. It'd be too cool. So, question 6. You guys want to jump to the prize cam?
I think we should.
Yeah.
Boom. For question 6, we are playing for these 3 variant comic books. You got a Champion Outlaws, you've got Savage Avengers, and you got King in Black. Man, there's just a whole bunch of King in Black variants. Like a lot, like 50 variants per issue.
It was an unhealthy number.
Yeah.
Hey, Wheelchair Superhero, have a good night, man. All right. So for all them variant covers, we will not ask you what is Kirk Douglas's real name, even though we just told you, because it's impossible to remember.
Exactly.
All right. This is a good old-fashioned comic book question here. So I think you'll probably do very well. Which Justice League villain is a caveman who gained immortality after being exposed to a meteorite?
Vandal Savage.
Boom!
I start clapping immediately. I knew you had that.
I got to tell you, that's one of the best names for a character ever.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like, immediately, don't mess with that dude. And it sounds good. That's a good name. I dig it. That's no Rex Racer, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. He was exposed to a meteorite and became immortal.
Yeah, he was standing outside and a meteorite went by and went like, woo, and flashed him. And next thing you know, he's like, who wants to live forever?
Did it land on Earth or did it just zoom by in the night?
I think it depends on the continuity. I want to say I've read a story where it landed on Earth.
Wouldn't there be lots of immortal people from that then?
He was the only one that was outside at the time.
Yeah, or near it when it landed, and then it lost the radiation after it hit Earth. Comic science.
No, his brother Randy Savage is Oh man, yeah. Sorry about this one, Zach. Yeah, you were fast on the draw with that one, but we got a real comic book ninja on our hands here tonight.
Yeah, we do. Owen said he wished made him harder for you, but I'm liking this. I like to see a guy in his prime just come in and crush it, just kick the crap out of our show, and take all our stuff.
I'm what
this show's
3
about.
out of 6 so far.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
3 out of 5 since you couldn't answer one of them.
Yeah. So you just went
mad
from
at myself for not knowing Carl Urban. That was just like a kick in the teeth. I love Carl Urban.
A little bit.
He
but
is
hey,
awesome.
We did. I didn't.
Yeah, I would have. I think he would have made a good. If they were going to recast somebody, I think he would have made a good young Han Solo.
Oh, I would watch that in a heartbeat.
I mean, picture a young Carl Urban as a young Han Solo. Dude would have knocked it out of the park.
I keep seeing the fan theory of casting him as a Batman, and I'd watch a Carl Urban as a Batman. 100%.
I
I
see
would
them
watch
talking
that
about him
too.
being Wolverine too. I mean, he's amazing. He could do anybody.
Yep. Did you see that TV show that he was on for a bit? I forget what it was called.
Almost
he was
Human?
Yes.
Yeah.
God, that was such a good show.
It was so weird, and it lasted, 6 episodes?
Yeah, not very long. It was really a shame because it was
And it's
really well
weird because
done.
J.J. Abrams produced it too, and that was right when he was big.
Okay. Why have we not mentioned The Boys yet?
Oh, there's a lot of things we haven't mentioned with Carl Urban. He was Bones in Star Trek. He was in Thor Ragnarok as Scourge.
He was in Lord of the Rings as Éomer.
I don't know what you're talking about. But The Boys, that was amazing.
Yeah,
And everything that Josh Pan's mentioned. I'll watch Lord of the Rings eventually. One day. I gotta.
So, now that we can have a civilized discussion, I mean, you like Lord of the Rings, right?
I'm not as big into it as my wife is.
I didn't even do that. I didn't even do that. That was awesome.
Yep. Immediately cut me out.
Oh man.
Although, maybe we should bring your wife on the show because she sounds awesome.
Oh yeah, she have great. If it's questions about Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter, she will go crazy with it.
Maybe she can come on soon.
Yeah, we should have her on and see if she can beat your record.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah. She will get the easiest question.
What color is green eggs and ham?
Oh man. Oh, dudes, are you ready for question 7?
Let's
Because
do
we
it.
are gonna
That's
play.
a tough one. You have to put your head in a different space for question 7 because question 7 is the real estate question.
Mhm.
Oh, fun.
Everybody, I don't know if you know this. I am a realtor. That is how I pay my bills and live my life. Super fun stuff happening in real estate. People are buying and selling houses. And this is what you win.
Yay!
This is what I did. This is what I did with Tom. This is Scott Pilgrim. In case he doesn't look enough like Michael Cera, that's because he's the Tom.
The super duper zoom ins, the speed, the timing, the focus. It's brilliant. I love
it.
The best prize cam ever.
I can't keep it together tonight, guys. I am all over the place. I'm sorry. Price cam's tripping me up. Josh's peanut butter eating is tripping me up. So this is the Scott Pilgrim from the comic books. This is 11 by 17. If you want, I can throw a black background on it and kind of a square to pop him out. I'm happy to do that. I do got to scan it before I actually hand it to you. But this is what you're winning for question 7. So if you're into Scott Pilgrim or my art or just having sheets of paper around, maybe you just want to write on the back. I don't know. Or the front. I don't know your life. All you got to do is answer question 7. And you know it's a real estate question, so it's going to be a place. Okay. You ready?
Let's
In the game?
I'm game.
Okay.
I don't know if you
What?
remember, but I work in realty as well, sort of. Vaguely.
Did you? Oh, you did tell me that. You did.
Yeah. I work for Redstone Federal Credit Union in the mortgage department.
Very cool. Very cool. I got one with you guys right now. Are you a loan originator or what do you do?
I'm a closer.
Awesome.
That sounds like
That's
you
really
take people
cool.
out by the kneecaps. Is that what that means?
I wish it did, because that sounds fun. But no, I basically verify money amounts between title agencies and Redstone.
It does sound really cool to be like, I'm a closer.
Exactly.
Don't mess with me. I'm the closer.
Or I've done so many sales jobs in the past. When I say I'm a closer, I just feel like I'm about to go into a Glenn Ross monologue.
ABC.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Ah,
Just every time I walk in the break room, no. Coffee is for closers.
Oh, man.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if that translates to people who don't live, eat, and breathe real estate, so
It probably doesn't.
sorry, dudes. But question 7, you like Scott Pilgrim? What San Fernando Valley neighborhood does Cobra Kai mostly take place in?
Oh.
Lots of movies and a pretty cool TV show. I'm into it.
I
I'll stay
love
up
the
all night and
TV
watch it.
show. Cobra Kai is awesome.
It's
I've heard
fun.
good things and haven't started it yet. I really need to, though.
I'll be honest, I thought it was going to be terrible. I was like, how could they possibly make a show out of this and have it be worth watching at all? This is awful. And then I watched it, and I was like, hey, that was pretty darn good. And then the second season, I'm like on the edge of my seat.
Mhm.
Like, oh, and then the way the second season ends, you're just like,
Right? They do some absurd things with that I've never seen. The way the second season ends is just like, I don't know if it's a whole cowboy rigged shot, but it's just like one massive fight scene.
Oh,
It's beautiful.
it is incredible.
and it's on Netflix now, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the
'Cause I
third
remember it
season
started
was
off as like a
phenomenal.
YouTube Premium show, and I wasn't going to pay for YouTube Premium for it. I do
No.
not remember the name of this avenue. It would help if I'd seen the show, but
It's I'm gonna call it a neighborhood.
It isn't even a neighborhood. It's like a, I don't know. I guess it is. Danny LaRusso does say it in the first movie.
it's been forever since I've watched Karate Kid. And I'm trying to think of just like famous streets in San Francisco area, and I can't think of any streets. All I can think of is the Golden Gate Bridge, which I'm pretty sure is San Francisco.
I'm trying to
know.
find the first one.
Yeah, people started talking about New York for some reason. And I was like, what in the heck is going on with that?
So, Josh Pants, did you give us your final answer?
I don't have one. I can't even think of a street name in San Francisco.
It is not Rancho Cucamonga. It's not Palm Springs. It's not Beverly Hills or Encino. It's Reseda. It is Reseda. You spell it Reseda, I think, but the one true Zachary, you got it. And because you spelled it wrong, I believe you didn't Google it. I believe you in my heart. So you got it. One true Zachary.
Oh, San Dimas High School football rules. 100%.
I have to agree. I have to agree.
So, the third Bill and Ted movie came out not too long ago, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
And I have a 3-year-old son. And I'm going to make him watch it with me because it's Bill and Ted. He should have that just ingrained from birth. I did not
Yeah.
expect him to stay awake and pay attention to the entire movie. He waited
No.
until the end credits to fall asleep. I have never been more proud of that boy.
Wow. Well
Yeah.
done, young man. Now, has he watched The Goonies yet?
I feel like I'm about to get cut off for this answer.
It's
Because
okay.
I share a
Jeremy
similar
hates The
opinion with
Goonies.
Jeremy, where I didn't grow up on
Thank
Goonies,
you.
so I don't understand the appeal of Goonies. My wife
Have you at least
hates
watched
me
it?
for this opinion.
Have you at least watched it?
Yeah, I watched it.
Okay, you've at least watched it, so you actually get to talk about it. Jeremy's not allowed to speak about it.
I have 2 other Richard Donner films that I love a whole lot more.
Which are?
Just Superman
Figured that was one.
and The Omen.
That's legit.
Though I haven't seen, the Lethal Weapon series that he also directed?
So good.
I've heard good things.
So good.
When I was
Hey.
coming to age of action films was when Mel Gibson did his things where it's hard to watch Mel Gibson films now.
Agreed. Yeah, certainly actions by people make it hard to go back and watch even what they did when they were younger.
Yeah.
I would say if you can get over that hump,
I need to just
the
get down
Lethal
to it.
Weapons movies are all very good. There's
Nice.
not a dud in the bunch. All 4 of them are good. And by the time you get to the 4th one, where they really are getting a little older and long in the tooth,
Yeah.
that's when they introduce a young Jet Li, who is scary as all get out. He is terrifying.
Well, this has me very excited to jump into the Lethal Weapon movies soon.
Yeah, in the first one,
I'm trying to just shut up.
his
trying
character
real
is
hard.
so damaged.
I gotta excuse me.
Anyway, his character is so damaged. He really honestly doesn't care if he lives or dies.
Yeah.
And it's something. But when he, as it progresses and he finds a reason to live, it's really fascinating. It's a really good character study of these 2 different guys, Briggs and Murtaugh. And then they've got all their surrounding characters and everything. It's really, really well done. It's the 3rd or 4th one where there's a young Chris Rock.
Oh.
Is hilarious.
Oh, I can imagine.
But I don't want to spill it. But yeah, it's fantastic. Lethal Weapon is very, very good.
Well, Evie, you're watching. You know what we're going to end up doing sometime soon. Not this weekend, because, Suicide Squad, but after that.
I'm excited for that, too. I have heard so many good things, and I hope to goodness it's good.
I want David Dashmel to have the best year ever, since he's Polka Dot Man in that, and then he's also going to be in Dune.
Yep.
100%. I want him to have the best year ever.
And why not?
I'm gonna watch Suicide Squad right after this because it came out on HBO at 7.
What?
Yeah,
Oh,
you guys are choosing this show over Suicide Squad. You can
And
just watch
And
it
we're
for
going to
the
put that in our
viewers to
advertising,
leave.
too.
Yeah.
Better than Suicide Squad, said these 22 people.
Oh, speaking of which, Goonies sucks and Lethal Weapon's a pretty good movie. Here's the prize for question 8.
Oh.
That's
I
a
saw
good
this
question
one,
first, though.
and I
Has
see
anybody
that
seen The
one.
Green Knight?
I have not seen The Green Knight yet, but I really want to.
Me too.
That
Oh,
does
that
sound
one
really
on that
good. I'm
cover.
excited about Green Knight. Josh
Nice.
Pants, what do you think about Oni? And what do you think about trade paperbacks with collections in them for you to check cool stuff out?
Oni put out one of my favorite books, and I'm pretty sure it's collected in there because I love Cullen Bunn's The Sixth Gun.
You are
Such
a good
great
man.
series.
You are a good man. Sixth Gun was great. Have you played the Sixth Gun RPG?
I have not yet. I need to break down and get it and try it and make people play it with me.
Yeah, that's the rule. That's
But
awesome.
I am
You're
excited
gonna
to
play
try
this
out.
game
Yep,
with me
there it
and
was.
have fun.
That last before
I'm
you
gonna make
clicked
you.
away. That was Sixth Gun.
Sixth Gun is great. Have you read any of his recent stuff? Because Cullen Bunn has like 4 comics coming out every week, just about.
I'm reading Shadow Man because Valiant Love still,
Right?
but I haven't picked up any of the other ones yet. I mostly wait for
Basilisk
trade.
came
with
out
a
a
lot
few
of
weeks
this stuff.
ago. The last book you'll ever read just came out last week.
I was debating on picking that one up because that looked.
That's a cool
that looked
title.
fun.
Josh, I think you just made a new best friend. And you know what? I can say that to both of you. And just say, Josh, you guys really jive over the stuff you love. And it's cool
We
to
both
see.
love comics and cool
Exactly.
movies and stuff. What's not to love? And
I
he's
don't
wearing a Ninja shirt, which is awesome.
Yeah,
I just hate everything you love. So it's just like, it's just interesting to see somebody like the stuff that you like. But also, Josh Pants, I respect it when you say it.
Ouch, bro.
Oh, man.
I'm just saying, if you haven't gave Sixth Gun a shot, give Sixth Gun a shot. I became obsessed with it when it came out.
Sixth Gun.
Yeah, and actually,
I'll try it out.
Brian Hurt was the first professional artist I met.
Yeah?
I met him at a Tennessee con years ago, back when I was in high school, when he was promoting the book The Damned that he and Cullen Bunn did.
Which was
Very
also
cool.
good.
Yeah, I have one of the first editions of that trade paperback where he actually sketched a face in it for me while I was chatting with him.
Nice. Speaking of professional comics artists, are you going to come out to Haven for Free Comic Book Day and get something cool from Stephen Butler?
I'm going to try.
Because Stephen Butler is awesome.
Yes, I'm excited. I'll at least be there. I don't know if I'll be able to get in line for Stephen Butler, but York and I will be there. And probably Evie too.
Yeah, bring her because she likes the Goonies. So she and I
Exactly.
we can talk. But what's our prize for question 8, Jeremy?
It's that.
Oh yeah, we
trade
talked about it.
paperback.
I forgot
This
because
guy.
then we got derailed on a discussion of Six Gun, which makes total sense.
Yeah, which I'll check that out. Six Gun. Okay,
All right,
Josh.
So this is another fun one for you because I'm pretty sure you're just going to know this, because this is one of the cooler comic book names ever. In 1997's Batman and Robin movie, Pamela Isley kills her employer, Dr. Jason Woodrue. In the comics, what is Dr. Woodrue's supervillain name?
Oh, he's the Floronic Man.
Boom!
I'm a big fan of Swamp Thing. He's a very regular Swamp Thing villain.
Yeah.
I feel like I should tell him about some of the artwork we have on the wall at Haven, since he just said he's a big fan of Swamp Thing.
You should ask him to do it too.
I totally should, now that you say that.
Tell him what you got going on, your theme.
All right. Here's what I do. I ask an artist, and I ask all artists, I give them the same prompt. In the foreground, like drowned underwater, is Ophelia from Hamlet.
Okay.
Like coming into the water behind her, so facing you, Swamp Thing.
Ooh.
Swamp Thing and Ophelia. Whatever that conjures into your head, that image, I hereby commission you to draw.
All right.
And if you want to see a couple other takes on that when you come to the shop, I've got a couple of them up on the walls at the store.
Sounds good.
Got one from Jeremy, and I've got one from Aaron Lepresti that will knock your socks off.
Oh, nice. Yeah, because Aaron does beautiful work.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, that's not what I meant. I don't want that. Mine was right here. It's not anymore. Thought it was. Never mind. But yeah, I really liked that. That beat me up because I had to really think about it for a long time. And then, did you get Stephen Butler to do that?
I've tried to, but it's way down on his list of commissions, so he hasn't gotten to it yet.
So
he's doing an old school Turok for me though.
Ooh.
Old school Turok and Andar with a couple of honkers running around on this. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Yeah.
What's a honker?
Dinosaur. If you read the old Turok comics, they called them by the sounds that they made.
Oh, that's actually kind of cool. Oh man. What are we on now? Are we on question 9?
Look at this.
Thank you.
That is
Aaron.
very true. You can't see it right now because I'm afraid to mess around with it. Well, actually, here, let's do this. You know, your art is actually on my wall over here. You can't really tell because of the lights, but your Dr. Fate is just right there beside an awesome Judge Dredd that I have.
Oh, thank you. Well, I feel like this is a pretty natural segue into something I wanted to talk about. This guy. I've been working on this for a hell of a long time. This is
Forever and ever.
It's my Into the Spider-Verse piece. Thank you. It is done. I'm getting it printed. I am going to have them as a free comic book day. If you want one, hit me up. I'm taking pre-orders now. They're less expensive as pre-orders, so you'll get the same product for less money if that's what you want to do. It's one of my favorite things that I've ever done, and I also hate looking at it because I've spent so many hours working on it.
I've seen it like 3 times now, but that was the first time I noticed the Iraq Knight in the corner there.
I was going to ask if you saw that because that's one of my favorites. It's a great design for that wackadoo character that's only been used once.
Exactly.
There's I forget all of the people that are in it because I've been working on it for so long. That was in my 2020 sketchbook, and then I hired an artist. Of course, Mike. I hired an artist to work on it, and he got about halfway through and then just didn't talk to me for months. I don't know if he got COVID or what, but then
he got mad at you. He's like, how many of these guys are there on here?
Eventually, he said, I can't finish it. It's too much. And Alan, thank you. Hit me up. And then I got the artist that worked on my last comic book to finish it. And it's been a journey. So artists don't like to pick up after other artists. And it's hard to get somebody to take
Am
over.
I correct in assuming that print will be available at Free Comic Book Day?
Yes, I will have copies at Free Comic Book Day. And they will be more expensive than if you get at me before Free Comic Book Day. Because then I can make sure I order the right amount.
Blue Hellion Comics, all the way from Nebraska. Check it out. Blue Hellion, that's like a luchador mask on there, too. Is that like the old Blue Cyclone from Ray Stevens? Oh, Zach wants to know if we can get these things numbered.
No, because the print.
You won't write a number on it when you sign it for people?
Yeah, I mean, I can do that.
42!
Sure. I can do that.
16!
But the printer won't number them, so I can number them. That's easy. Everyone's going to be number one.
Number one of X.
Number one of X. I like it.
They're all number X of Y. There you go.
All right, so we're on question 9. On question 9, we always do. We're gonna miss you, Steve.
That we are.
It feels like a Steve event.
Oh, hang on a minute.
Yeah, I could do that.
I would love to see that.
I want to see this too. This is brilliant.
Let me see. Hold on. I don't mean to turn this into the Jeremy show, but this is too relevant. Here is one.
Did of Jeremy or of
Josh Harrison.
Yeah.
So many Joshes. So this is Josh Harrison and his wife Emily. They commissioned. This is a callback to the Green Arrow cover where he and Black Canary got married. Yeah, I do that stuff. Just talk to me. I'm a human. I don't bite. Let's see. Where are we though? Guys, I don't know what happened to me, but I feel like I'm like not in this realm of reality anymore.
Which one are you in?
Too many different topics at the same time. I don't know.
Are you sure?
Man. Do you know where you are when you're lost?
You know where you're not.
Exactly correct.
Okay. Prize cam question. That's how this show works. We are playing for this Tom Price Batman cover.
That is so sick.
Yeah, he did a great job on that one.
He's awesome.
He's all zany.
Great.
Yeah. He's looking pretty rough right there.
He looks so mean. He looks like he didn't get enough peanut butter.
He looks like he was born in a cave and grew up without any affection.
On the island of death.
Oh, man. Okay, and all you have to do to win that is answer the next question for this artist spotlight. What is the name of the first starship that James T. Kirk served on?
Oh.
It is not the Decadian Falcon.
Yeah, because it wasn't the Enterprise, because there was one before the Enterprise, but I can't remember it for the life of me.
I will give you a hint. It starts with USS.
Exactly. Oh. And it's not Tiberius, because that's what the T stands for.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's not Alaska. Everything shifted. Now I don't know where Alaska went. It is not the Enterprise. It is not the Gallant.
Yeah, I don't know off the top of my head. I've done a little bit of Star Trek, but I haven't done a lot. The most of the Star Trek that I've done have been the new movies for Carl Urban.
Well played.
Just for him?
Yep, just for Carl Urban. Well, and Anton Yelchin, because R.I.P.
Yeah, I like the new movies myself. My parents used to watch Star Trek, and it was never like my thing, but they watched it so much that it kind of wears off on you a little bit. And then the prize cam's dad watches Star Trek like it's air. So, what is this?
That's the
model number of the ship.
That could so easily be right, and I wouldn't have any idea. So,
except in this case, it's NC-17, so it's just for adults.
I don't know if that's.
We do have a correct answer here.
We'll move on.
The first one I see is somebody who's been on the trying to break in and has just been a little late the past couple times, but the USS Farragut.
Travis, congratulations.
I don't know how I would feel about going into space on a ship called the Farragut. I don't know. You want to go out there on a ship that sounds like a good, noble, powerful. The Falcon, the Eagle, the Rhino.
What does
the Enterprise
Farragut mean?
Is okay. The Farragut is I don't know, some dude's gut.
Farragut is a commander.
It has to mean something. I mean, the other one's the USS Enterprise.
Yeah, Farragut is a dude.
I'm sure it's named after a person.
Won the Battle of Mobile Bay in August 1864. So, they're really reaching for that one. I'm sure he was important at the time. Mm-hmm. Christine, I agree with you. Travis has a wall of cool comic books, and I would like to ask him, is this going on it? Because Tom Price deserves a place in cool comic book walls.
He really does. I think he's displayed up here as one of my sketch covers, because I have the one he did for Captain Marvel back in the day.
Oh, cool.
That would have even been okay, Christine. I'm with you on that. Oh, Travis says yes, absolutely.
Right on.
Going on the wall. All right, so Josh Pants, you have done a great job so far. You've got one more shot to hit these guys over the head. So don't throw away your shot. Jeremy, do you have a cool video you want to play before our last question?
Do you mean this one? Guys, if you could see Josh get down to each of these videos. Oh, man. Question 10. We are playing for the signed Soydam.
Arthur Soydam, yep.
Moon Knight. I think he did that cover.
He did.
Or he's just running around.
There's a COA on the back.
He did all of the covers for that section of the run, because it started off. Cool. Yeah, I'm a Moon Knight person. I have that entire run back here.
You are so my friend.
I also have the whole Doug Munich, Bill Sienkiewicz part, and most of Mark Spector.
It is one thing to like Moon Knight. It is another thing to know which artist did which run.
No, it's really easy because they're very different. Works. I mean, Finch is a very different animal from Splat, from Sienkiewicz. Come on, I mean, very different.
Greg Smallwood with the Jeff Lemire run recently.
That was such a great run. That was so in his head, and it was so twisted, and I loved it. That's a great question. Actually, it just started.
Yes,
number one came out a couple of weeks ago. Building on the Age of Khonshu story from the Avengers story a couple months back, which was excellent. The first issue of that Avengers 33 of that Age of Khonshu story blew my mind. It was so good.
I need to pick that one up. I have avoided most of Jason Aaron's Avengers run. I read the first volume of it, and I wasn't a huge fan of it. But I'm debated on going back in for that Moon Knight run.
All right, so you should read it. The trade is weird because the trade picks up and starts with a whole bunch of stuff from Jason Aaron's early stuff he's doing all the 1 million BC and all that stuff. It's good, but it's not great. If you start with the beginning, that first with issue 33 of Avengers, that is amazing.
All right.
Spectacular. We do not have any more copies, I don't think. I think that we are currently sold out. I will double check for you and see if I can find something.
How do you feel about the casting for the Netflix or for the Disney Plus show?
I'm on board with it.
I love Oscar Isaac.
I think he's great. And that video of him doing the Krav Maga and stuff and whomping on those dudes, you're like, okay, that's legit.
Yeah, 100%. I'm game for that.
And Krav Maga is exactly the kind of martial art that Moon Knight would do too. Like, this is all about breaking bones, like making sure you cannot attack me anymore. This is not about pacifying you or redirecting your energy or stopping you. This is about injuring and maiming and killing you.
Exactly.
It's the same guy who said that he would rather take a punch than block it because he doesn't want to waste the time.
Just like Jake LaMotta. Raging Bull.
True story.
Did you guys ever see Ex Machina with
it's
Oscar
great,
Isaac?
Ex Machina.
And
it's
a really good movie.
Oh, Alex Garland made that movie. He wrote and directed it. He's the guy who also did Judge Dredd with Carl Urban.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Now, Jeremy, have you seen the Judge Dredd movie with Carl Urban?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Okay. I love it.
Just wanted to make sure. I mean, you act like, oh, well, of course I've seen it, but we all know you don't watch many movies. So.
Oh, I have no problem telling you guys when I haven't seen it. Also, I occasionally just don't remember a movie because it was so bad. I've learned that. So,
this would be interesting. I hope to God they changed the name of the character from Jack Russell.
Oh, I don't know. I love that. I love that it's the name of a dog.
That's so bad. That is so on the nose.
Do we need a Werewolf by Night show? Do we? I mean, it'd be cool if we did like a Midnight Suns show.
Oh, yeah.
But do we need a whole Werewolf by Night? Josh, you say yes?
What else are you going to watch?
Anything else? There's so much. Oh.
It's terrible.
I got stuff to do, guys.
That's some good information.
Very cool.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Jeremy has seen old movies. A couple. He's also made movies, and I feel like those should be searched for on YouTube.
No, don't do that to them. Don't do that.
You can see a young Jeremy on YouTube.
No, don't do that.
All right. Oh, here we go. That's it. Jinkies.
I'd watch that. I'd watch that in a heartbeat.
I have to admit, I would too. Here's a fun one. Have you been reading the current Batman Scooby-Doo comic?
I have not. I need to pick it up because my son and Evie both love Scooby-Doo.
I ordered, because it was Batman and Scooby-Doo, and it reminded me of the old cartoon when Batman would be on there. I ordered a whole bunch of extra copies, thinking I'll have this around for a while, and I can put that in the hands of any kid, and it'll be perfect. They sold out in the first week. I reordered and got more, and they sold out already too.
Nice.
It's like, man, what are you people doing? You are wrecking my plans here.
Well, have you seen the latest Scooby-Doo show? It's Scooby-Doo and Guess Who? Where they go back to the new Scooby-Doo movies and they have a new guest each week. Some of the guests are really awesome and weird. One of them is Steve Buscemi, of all people, just guest stars with the Scooby-Doo gang. Malcolm McDowell, not doing Alex DeLarge, but he's still Malcolm McDowell hanging out with Scooby-Doo. And then, of course, Mark Hamill in The Flash.
That's spectacular. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. All right. So for our awesome prize, your Arthur Soydam signed book,
Okay.
you're just going to breeze through this one. I know you are. What was the name of Ripley's cat, the only other survivor of the crew in the film Alien?
Oh, it's Jonesy.
Told you. Boom. I knew you were going to get that one.
There's a children's book that's about Jonesy that I always
kidding.
debate on buying for Yorick, just so I can slowly introduce Alien into a system that much earlier.
Hang on, I'm digging this name as a cat that would survive. Can you imagine being in the hypo sleep pod with a stinky cat? You're like, you wake up like, this terrible taste in my mouth. That's horrible. But Jonesy, man, you are correct. Erin says she has that book that you're talking about. Perfect. Owen, I think, applauds you and wishes he had asked you harder questions.
Well, I'm always game to come back for harder questions.
Well, since you were filling in as a surprise guest, and these questions were mostly tailored elsewhere,
I was very afraid coming in that it was going to be a whole bunch of stuff that I had no idea about. Only a little bit of stuff that I had no idea about.
Owen does want you to come back so he can hit you up with some real questions.
Nice.
We could have a comic book question face-off between him and Alan Breedlove. Owen, you monster. You're just saying that because he really threw the book at you, Tots.
This is the book?
Yes.
Jonesy 9 Lives on the Nostromo?
The Nostromo, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, a 3-year-old kid, alien, I might think that one
Like,
through.
Mom wants to kiss you goodnight.
It's wrong for little kids. It's adorable.
Alien? Alien is a perfect movie. It's a beautiful movie.
There's a special place in Mommy's heart for you.
100%.
Oh!
Yeah. I wish I was a little older the first time I saw it.
You're just going to have to meet Yorick and talk with him. That boy loves zombies and monsters and all the fun, weird stuff already.
You're raising him right.
I'm trying. Because do you know how hard it is to find kid-appropriate zombie things for him?
I would imagine that's tough.
Plants vs. Zombies.
How old is Yorick?
He's 3.
I'm just working on Moana all the time.
Yeah.
Now we're doing Trolls. So I imagine... No, Luca scares the crap out of my kid.
Oh, York will sit and watch Luca like 4 times on repeat.
Wow.
Wait, why is she scared of Luca?
She just hates it. Hates
The fish monster.
Yeah, like
is it because the artwork looks cheap, like it was done by a studio that wasn't called Pixar?
That might be it. She might just be an art snob already. That would make sense. 2 things developed during the show for the audience. This is my daughter's art. So
Nice.
How cool is that?
not bad, but so
It kind of looks like this is a terrible time to be talking about these things, but the game Pandemic. I mean, that kind of looks like all the disease taking over the world.
yeah, okay.
No, I mean, look at that. That looks like a map. When you
It
pulled
does.
out
It does
the
kind of
globe,
look like
it
a
looks
map. And you see where there's lines coming from different.
I mean, you see Africa and there, the Middle East, and there's Europe up there. Yeah.
And the next thing, we have a small correction. So it turns out Danny Seagren was Spider-Man in that show, and Morgan Freeman just narrated it.
Oh, I've had that wrong for years.
Yeah. So
In my heart, Morgan Freeman is in the costume.
shout out to Jeffrey Middleton, who used his advanced legal knowledge to share that with us, so we didn't spread it anymore into the world.
And keep us out of legal trouble.
Mm-hmm. You guys are.
I like
hurting
her
my
use
soul.
of color.
I do really like the use of color.
Thanks, guys.
I mean, it's brilliant.
She is a great little soul, as I'm sure York is.
Maybe.
You have you sold me on York being an exceptional kid. We won some stuff tonight, so Josh Pants, you did a great job. We've got One True Zachary won that poster from the Blurred Syndicate, so he always does a great job too. He also picked up that fantastic 4-pack and the Scott Pilgrim drawing. One True Zachary's got a little store of my artwork at this point too. Travis Goodwin picked up the Tom Price Batman Bane sketch. And then Jackie won the Canadian question, so got $25 to Haven Comics. And don't do that to him. He's going to hate it on principle. Jeffrey Middleton, you picked up that King in Black variant for the Venom cover. And then Josh Pants, you picked up the stickers, the cards, plus the little eraser dudes,
Nice.
the gelatinous feely thingies. And then you got the Avengers pack, you got the Oni starter book, and you got that signed Moon Knight cover, which I'm sure you love because you're a big Moon Knight fan.
I am a big Moon Knight fan. I actually have a Werewolf by Night 33 because I can't find a 32 for a price I can afford.
Oh my God, they are outrageous.
Mhm.
Outrageous. I've got a number 37 coming back from CGC someday.
Oh, nice.
They've
I need
only
to
had
send a
it for
couple out.
they've only had it for 6 or 7 months at this point. 7 months at this point. And it's a double cover.
Oh, nice.
See, that's the third appearance of Moon Knight, and it's a
Yeah.
double cover.
See, I have 2 copies of the Marvel Spotlight 28, and one of them's in real good condition. So I kind of need to send that one off and get that graded.
I've got that in a 9.2, I think.
Oh, nice.
Something 9.2, something like that. It's a good
Oh,
book.
and I love Rick and Morty as much as anybody. I wasn't saying that. I was saying Josh is a hater. Josh just hates based on principle. That's all it was.
I hate because I watched it and it gave me a headache.
Yeah, the Goonies sucks. So
And I didn't find it funny at all.
so
It was
Oh,
just
man.
painful.
Rick and Morty's the best.
I do enjoy Rick and Morty. I'm excited to
look
watch
at
the new
that.
season.
Look at that.
Those 32s are hard to find, Steve, and I appreciate you selling me the one that I have and that I sent off to CGC. So I got that from Steve several years ago, and I'm glad I did because the prices on it now are outrageous.
Yeah.
Why does it take so long to get those back from the CGC? Like what functionally
You've seen
takes 6
Zootopia,
months?
right? You've seen Zootopia,
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yes.
and you've seen the DMV and who they have working there.
Yeah, you think that's it?
I think that's who they have working at CGC.
Do you think they just take like an hour per page? They can't be flipping through it, right? Because that in and of itself would crack the spine.
Received. I'm not going to do it now. But they say that the average time it takes for them to inspect a book, on average, and this part ticks me off, actually.
like each book, not like the length of time that the book should be out, but like for me,
The average time that the human being says, I am inspecting your book for a grade, 12 seconds.
Oh. Are they getting that many books? They can't. That doesn't make sense.
I bet they
They
are
are.
getting that many books. It's impressive. There's a lot of the YouTube channels that I follow where the guys will send in large swaths of books, like 25, 30 at a time. And if everybody's sending
to
25,
make the
30
most
at a
on the
time-
shipping, you've got to send them in 25 at a time.
Yep.
Otherwise, your shipping costs are outrageous. That's the batch that they will do and process in one batch. So to get the best bang for the buck, if you got to send them in 25 at a time.
Well, I guess this makes it make sense. Tens of thousands of books a month. So they were just acquired by a bigger company, right?
Kind of. A share of them was. Yeah.
Is this a joke, Jackie? That sounds like that could be a joke or be totally serious. I have no idea. Oh, 7 minutes for the whole batch.
Yeah, for all 25. Of course, that's if they all go in the same run, too. Like, I sent them off Adam, Legend of the Blue Marvel, number 1 through 5. I got back 2 through 5. They still have number 1. Number 2, all of them were in pristine condition. Number 2 looked like it had been dropped and maybe landed on the upper left-hand corner. It had a little crunch in it. So I said, that one's going to come back a lower grade. Okay, so that came back a 9.0. I'm like, all right. Number 4 came back a 9.8. Number 5 came back a 9.0, although it has 0 defects that are visible to the human eye. And for whatever reason, number 3 came back a 7.5 for absolutely no reason. It is pristine.
That is crazy.
So I had Larry crack it and send it back. Do what?
Did they give you any justification?
After the fact, they did. They said that there was staining and what do they call it? Soiling on the back cover. Not that is visible to a human eyeball.
Yeah.
I mean, literally nothing. So I had Larry crack it and send it back.
Interesting.
Because that was insane. That was stupid.
Yeah.
Travis Goodwin asks, where can I watch Rick and Morty Season 5? Is it out yet?
It's
Yes,
at the
you can watch
dumpster.
it at Adult Swim? You watch it at Adult Swim. Not the dumpster. Just Adult Swim.
You're right. The landfill.
Hey, I love what I love. Josh Pants loves it too. And you're on your own.
It's okay.
Everybody loves Rick and Morty.
No, they don't.
You're the only person on earth that doesn't like it.
That is objectively not true. Because somebody asked a question the other day, one of those memes like on Facebook, that said something like, hey, if you were meeting up with somebody for a date and they told you one TV show that they love and you just got up and walked away from the table, what was that TV show? And I said, Rick and Morty. And there must have been 15, 20 people who were like, yes, agree with this, yes. So it's not just me.
Were they all octogenarians? I feel ageist for saying that, so I need to apologize to octogenarians.
Well, I mean, to be fair,
I withdraw that statement.
The fans of Rick and Morty does have some fans that are absolutely terrible. And if somebody's just going to tell you the one defining thing about them is they're a Rick and Morty fan, they may be the ones that, decided to destroy a McDonald's for Szechuan sauce. I can see
you're
why.
Right, Aaron. I take it back. It was ageist. Sorry, Josh Pants. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
All right, dudes. Is there anything else that we need to hit before the show ends? Is there anything else that you want to talk about, like Free Comic Book Day? Again, do we need people to know that?
Next Saturday, August 14th, 10 o'clock to 6 o'clock. Come on out. At the end of the day, Stephen Butler has said he will stick around and do some sketches, drawings for people on the spot and during a Q&A. So if you want to come out and get some live art done, get some questions answered, he'll be doing that right around 6 o'clock. My question is, Josh Pants, where can people find you? Where can they find your art? If they want to hook you up and say, hey, I need a Swamp Thing Ophelia commission from you, how does somebody go about getting that?
You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram. Instagram's probably going to be where I respond the quickest. That's Josh Pants 101 on Instagram. And you'll also get to see all the stuff that I'm into at the moment because I just post all the things that I love.
Awesome. Everybody go check that out. Christine, I would love to do that, except I don't have the quilt here at the house. It is at the store.
What is the quilt?
Christine made an awesome quilt as a prize for our charity raffle for the Manor House food drive we're doing next week. Every non-perishable food item you bring into the store on Free Comic Book Day is an entry into our raffle, and we have a whole bunch of prizes. So at the end of the day, We put them all in a hat. We draw names out. We hand out prizes. You don't have to be there to win. Just bring your stuff and leave your contact info. We've got a process for that. We've been doing it a long time. And we help out the people in our community who need help through Mana House. It's pretty awesome.
Very cool.
Pretty awesome. Is Owen in the hot seat next week? No. But we do have somebody who knows comics backwards and forwards next week. And I'm super excited about that. He's also got one of the most incredible personal collections that I have seen in a long time. And it makes
That's saying a lot after last week.
I'm talking comics, not toys and stuff on the wall, but this dude has got a collection of comics that is mind-numbingly awesome.
Very cool.
Anyway, thank you everybody for jumping in. Josh Pants, thank you for jumping on last second, being a hero, coming in and saving the day, and kicking some butt too, man.
Yeah, you did great.
Well done.
Welcome.
Well
I
done.
am excited to come back anytime that you guys need me.
Awesome. I think
you.
we will have to do a face-off between you and Alan, or that would be pretty fun to see. I would love to do that.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Appreciate it.